There you go. Window comes right out. Moving right along, starting to pull the wires out of these holes. There was 3 looms going all the way through. One of them was this battery cable. So that's, I don't know how long that is, 15, 20 feet, maybe longer. And it was inside, not that one. One of these is empty. I couldn't get it out with that in place. But it was inside one of these black conduits. So I'm making progress. I still need to take these out here. Still need that fitting out. I just wanted to make a note here. This was all there was for insulation between the heater that was here, the space heater, and the outside wall. You know, it was open-ended. It had a gas flame and all that. I guess that's the way they designed it. Holding it down was only a block of wood here in the front, and in the back was a screw coming in from one of the vents that were there. And that was all. And it came right out. Yeah, 24,000 BTU I think it was, rated for, propane. So, continuing on, I'm going to coil up all this wire and all these. And these are, that's the empty one there. These are all full of wire. So, yeah, if I need to wire the fire truck up, I have plenty. They grew through the wall, and then there's a plate here. It's all welded on. That goes behind this side wall. I'm going to probably have to pull these seats out and take this dais out of here, because I'm thinking that might be the easier way to get to the mounts that are up in front, underneath the floor up there and over here. Get rid of all of, it's all got to come out anyway. Now this wire here has a power outlet on it. It goes down under the floor, and I'm pretty sure that's attached to that wire there. So all the flooring in here has to come out. Now that's not going to be a problem because, well, these are all loose. And that bit of wood that it's mounted on, it's just screwed down. So I'm just going to take out all these linoleum bits, find all the screws, and this wood here, I don't know, I can use it in other projects, or maybe just kindling, I don't know. And that should then expose more wiring. Again, the main objective, that is one of 4 mounts. Those are just carriage head or pan head bolts sticking out the top. There's going to be, again, more there, about in that area, and over here. And those will be the side mounts. And because the back has already been taken out, those back mounts, body mounts are gone. The only thing other than wiring and linkages and tubes is going to be the 2 mounts up front here. These all are all into the black water tank. I've cut all of these off, and you can press down on there. You may not be able to see it, maybe from this angle. I press down on this one. You can see that one moving. And the same over here. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing else holding this black water tank in there. At least I hope not. I hope it comes out and stays in the frame. The headliner came out okay. It's made of fiberglass. It's laying down on the floor over there. But it's also been damaged. It's got some fiberglass repairs on it. This whole cap here is fiberglass. And there's something that's not factory here. It doesn't look broken, but all those are the brow lights. And you can see the wires have been cut and then refixed. So yeah, the previous owner or owners has done quite a bit of work to this. It's kind of like archaeology. You can tell what's happened, sort of. This is all remnants of carpet padding here. That's rotten in that corner, so there was leaks in this window or in that window. Same here, leaks. That's, you know, it looks rotten, the cardboard or the plywood. And the piece I pulled up, the leaks continued because Those were starting to rot too, even though they were retrofitted later. There are some mounting holes here for probably, there might have been a couch here. I think the original design of these there's 3 big holes to mount something. Anyway, the next job, to take out the dais. I'm going to pull the back out first, see how far I can get with that. I believe these pieces here are original. Looks like 1/2-inch plywood. There's a fastener there. It's hard to see. It's rusty here and here. There's some more along there, and they're regularly spaced. So I think those are going to be original equipment, but I don't know how they come out. It just spins. Every one I've tried now just spins. So I am thinking there's either a riv nut, or for some reason I can't explain, they chose to make this a 2-person job, and somebody's underneath holding a nut. But I'm going to try to chip this away and see if I can find out what's going on there. So that's got a bolt on it, and screwdriver slot. I don't know what I was holding on to. Nothing down there. Oh yeah, there's a piece of metal there. I've made a neat discovery about the seats. This is a passenger seat. It's facing backwards because it swivels. It's got a lever on the other side. What I'm trying to do here is there's some series of bolts right along here on all 4 sides, and that's a big solid mounting plate. Now the other side I'm pretty sure is the same. This seat doesn't swivel, but down here it's got 6-way power seat control. So the driver's seat was power, doesn't swivel. Passenger seat swivels, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't go forward and aft, it just swivels. Yeah, par for the course. They just spin. Well, the bolts are coming out easy enough, as long as I get a backup on them. But I don't know how I'm going to get to the other side. To get this and that off, you've got to get underneath to hold a wrench. It's a 7/16 bolt holding those, or a nut holding these bolts, and there's 12 of them on each of these. These I can kind of reach from the motor compartment here, but the other ones at the far side, my arm's just not long enough. And even underneath the vehicle, they're above the wheel. There's a wheel well, a wheel tub. And it would be really tough to get to even then. What I've decided to do is take out, there's some fasteners that hold this piece of plywood, it's 1-inch plywood, onto a metal framework in here. There's a couple of engine things that are these held from the other side, various things for the motor. But I could only get to that one, this one. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trouble is, there's 3 more on that end and 3 more on this end. I can't reach them. You can't get to them, even underneath. Not that I can see. Well, I've got this. I'm going to just run that straight down and try to cut through that 1-inch plywood. I think it'll go pretty quick. Surprisingly, these bolts, great big flange bolts, that's what came out of these spots. They're Phillips, and that's the biggest one, I think, is a size 3, the biggest Phillips there is. And that was a 7/16 nut. But they come right off, surprisingly. They just can't reach them. Oh, there's a bolt I can't get to here, and that's what's holding me. Well, I think what I'm going to do is just cut around it, because I can't get to it. Yep, firewall. Oh, good. So I still can't get to the seats. This firewall comes off. It must be welded on, because it ain't coming off easy. By the way, this chair does have a fore aft adjustment. There's just a lever hidden up underneath the skirt, and you can move the chair forward and aft. So I correct myself on that. I don't know what good I'm doing here. So I still have to cut the ends off. And then it's probably still welded on in the bottom too. I've used this saw. It's working quite well actually. It cuts quick here. But there's no breaking this plate off of this piece of alloy here. This one comes up behind to about here. So I've drilled a pilot hole. I'll stick my blade in here and just scoot along the top edge of that one. I've cut it on this end. I've cut it on that end over there too. I've looked behind. There's no wires or anything I'm going to hit. I was worried about hitting things like this. Going that way there are a few things, but this way it's all clear. Okay. Now, I'll go that way. I'm not for sure, but there's a unit right here I believe is a cruise control. Now, I don't see any buttons on the dash for that. So, I don't know. But that looks like a cruise control for me. It has a, looks like a speedometer cable, and then another one. But then there's vacuum hoses and switches, and I think that is a cruise control. How would it run the throttle though? Yeah, there it is. It's vacuum. It goes to a vacuum cylinder here, and it's got a little chain that goes to the throttle. Well, what do you know? Cruise control. Okay, let's continue. Fuel filler tube's right here. So now I got to cut around it somehow. What I think I might do is drill another pilot hole right here and just continue on. I've been selling a few things, listed them on Facebook Marketplace as well as some Facebook groups that like these motorhomes. And yeah, I've been selling a few bits. One of them is they want me to get a quote on shipping these windows. The two in the back, two in the middle, the big ones in the middle, and the two sides for the driver and passenger. There's another window straight through there, which is a small one that's in the kitchen, and there's another buyer interested in that. Anyways, I've got to get these out, and I didn't know how to do it. There were 4 of these. They're all identically shaped. And these were screwed around the perimeter on the inside. And I think that's what held the windows in. And I didn't know what else was holding them here. On another window, I took these rubber gaskets out. I've had one out already. Took the gasket out around the outside here, but that doesn't do anything. It's just a weather seal. There's no attachments, nothing. And they fit right back in easily. And I found out something. This window slides. And the one that slides, this rubber gasket here is actually quite thick. This one here that stays fixed, very thin. So there's two different gaskets around the perimeter of these windows. Anyway, with these out, all you have to do is take a putty knife and run it around the outside of this. It's just kind of glued on. And this one isn't too heavy. I don't know how heavy those bigger ones are going to be. But I just went around the 3 sides, left the top on, and then it just pulls right out. It's no problem. There you go. Window comes right out. Yeah, that's it. Not that bad. All right, 3 more to go. Well, these front windows I think are going to be a different animal. I'm not sure. It looks like this is just some kind of rubber, butyl rubber that they would have injected in there, I think. But this gasket, there's a bead here. I think that's what holds in the windscreen. But I don't know what this piece is. I don't know if that's part of the window. Does it slot in behind it? Is it part of the frame? I mean, I can scoot along the edge here, but I don't want to break it out of here. So do some investigation, take this little part out, and see what we can see after that. Yeah, definitely. There's a piece of it there. I don't know if it's welded in or screwed in or what. Well, this is the inside. This is the passenger area. That's the window. And that's that piece of metal. It's bolted in there from this side, top and bottom. So that means I have to get these seats out to get the side panels out so I can get to those. Now I'll just get that seat off there and then this seat off here, and I'm quitting. Oh boy, still might not be that easy. It's right up inside the wheel tub there. Oh, good grief. I'm really enjoying my 15,000 pound lift. I can get this motorhome right off the ground. Anyways, I'm going to take out this wheel tub. Both of these are quite big. And these 4 bolts, there's several bolts. There's holes there. Those get to the captain's chairs, the bases. So the tubs come out, taking out these fasteners around the perimeter. And I think it should just fall out. I probably could be using my rechargeable ratchet wrench, but that's up inside there. So I'll use this. Okay, that's what that bolt was. Ain't that a work of art? Geez, that thing's huge. Looks like somebody's cut it at one point. We can get right up in there though. No. Have to have somebody inside. Maybe I can get Donna to help. Yeah, just hold the wrench there. I'll be inside. I'll be turning it. Okay? What's that?
It's going to come loose on my side.
Yep. All the nuts going to come down. Geez, I haven't even done anything yet. Okay, here we go. Got it?
Okay. Just let it go on the ground?
Put it on the bench. Oh, well, there you go. Gravity works. It's getting better looking. That's the driver's side I've already done. Pulled out the side cover. And there's the control module for the electric seat. I'm going to take off this panel now. Oh, I don't know if that's supposed to get to that. Is it stuck together or what? Well, it's a good thing everything in here is broken. Smashed it. Now I should be able to get out these 2 great big Phillips screws, and those are like 1/2 inch. So let's see how we go with these bottom ones first. No worries. Although the other ones were Phillips head. These are 1/2 inch drive, but those are those fiberglass gripping screws. It moves, but yeah, it's glued in there. Oh dear me. Okay, so I'm going to try to pull these windows out. Oh, there's a frame holding it in yet. And just see if I can slide it back out. That's the plan. We'll take these screws out here first. All right, I think you missed most of that, but this is a short piece. There are some longer pieces of aluminum strip holding it on here. Some screws. There are a couple of brackets there. Another one of these long strips down there. I'm just going to take a putty knife around the outside, top, back edge, and bottom. See if I can pull it out and back out of that bracket. Ooh. I see here, this is inset. The other windows are all flush. This one's inset. What's that going to mean? I don't know about this. I'll be back later. With all the windows out, it's starting to look pretty darn drafty in here. Still got the windscreens and the kitchen window and the door. But I'll be taking the windows over to UPS today. A fellow in New Jersey is interested in the 6 windows. UPS is going to give a estimate on how much it's going to be to package and ship. Yeah, see how that goes. But in the meantime, what I have yet to do in here is still have to get the air conditioning units are taken off. But I need to get them off the roof, and to do that I still need to take off the all the lights that are on the top edge. So I'll do that today, and after that get the air conditioning units off, and yeah, just continue. Yes. Where'd you find it? In the drawer. You see, I had thought I just lost my remote control for the camera. But happily, Donna found it for me. Life is good. So good to have my remote control back. Well, I thought I'd be further along than this. I've got 13 lights, which is probably why this has been unlucky. You can say these things here were stubborn. However, I was persuasive and I got them out. Now I've got these air conditioner units to come off. I'll use the tractor for that. I just run out of time at this moment, so I'll have to get them later.